Hello and welcome. I received a question or an email from an attendee. Of course, I'm not going to say any names, name any names, because of privacy reasons. But I'm very grateful, thankful to have received the email because, well, it asked the question, why is there so much manipulation in the world? Why is there pressure? Why are people pressuring other people? And what does hypnosis have to do with that? Isn't hypnosis, or what does hypnosis have to do with manipulation and have to say to manipulation and to pressure and to making other people do something that we want them to do? And yes, I want to reply to that. So first of all, the question, why is there so much manipulation, is a question that I think can never be answered fully, and it leads in the direction in a direction that leaves out the other direction that we really want to go into. So I get the intention of the question is, I think, finding a way to get away from manipulation. The question, why is there so much manipulation, really asks for something very different. I think the opposite is what we really want to know. How can we lead a life without manipulation, or how can we lead a life without pressure? How can we lead a life at least with more freedom and less pressure and less manipulation? Maybe not even know, because manipulation, pressure, these are all things that are necessary and good. There will be plenty of examples I'm not going to go into, but if you have questions and want any examples of that, I'm happy to give some. Pressure is good, manipulation is good, but not too much, and not in the right form, and not in the wrong form, but in the right form. So the question is, how can we use pressure and manipulation to free ourselves, to free others, and to free this world, or to lead a life that's meaningful and fulfilling? I think that is really the question behind it. And so asking those questions, how do we get there? How can we help that? May be much more helpful also, and especially during these times where there are different teams, so to speak, different opinions. I mean, have always been different opinions, but it's very obvious now, and sharing opinions is very easy these days with social media and media in general. Sharing information and opinions is very easy, so it seems like there are so many strong opinions opposing each other. However, I think that sharing opinions is not a problem. Being very attached to one's own opinion can be a problem. And hypnosis now comes into play, because hypnosis is often related to manipulation. I think it's the opposite. It's actually medium. It's a means to help us become unattached. Because hypnosis really is used in a way that we go inside and we go into a kind of a neutral state where the thoughts, the regular thinking, the routine thinking is not at play anymore. We cannot routinely think. We're open, and if there are any thoughts there, just really neutrally trying things out, exploring neutrally, joyfully exploring ideas. And we can even joyfully explore an opposing idea, an idea that we didn't think was viable before. We can, in hypnosis, explore it and see what's valuable in this idea and what's not so valuable in this idea. And we can explore our own ideas and see what was valuable in our own ideas and what wasn't valuable in our own ideas. What can we discard? What can we let go of? So hypnosis is really a means of exploration and re-evaluating. And when we use hypnosis with other people, it helps. It's really just a means to help somebody else re-evaluate, look from a different perspective, and really try things out as if, live a life as if it was true, of freedom, of love, of satisfaction, of fulfillment, and go through certain life situations in that state and try things out and see what works, see what doesn't work. And then after the hypnosis is over, we can still discern, well, what was valuable. We can remember some or most of it, or even we can even install these new perspectives. But we can still discern after the hypnosis. It's not that we're being manipulated in a way that all of a sudden we're just robots and just work in a different way now. No, hypnosis really opens up all the channels and makes us more flexible and makes us more capable of holding different perspectives. And I think that's what the world is really on. What we're really asking, what this attendee was really asking, was how can we reconcile different opinions and not be strong-armed? And really, who is strong-arming is, at the end of the day, it's our own opinions are strong-arming us if we let them. And only if we let our own opinions kind of get the best of us can we oppose another's opinion. We can still, we can hold our opinion against somebody else's. There's no problem with that. But saying that somebody else's opinion is wrong, totally wrong, and our own opinion is the only right one, is not going to help the situation. And I think, it's my perspective, my opinion, saying that the world is wrong or that there are people manipulating others, and there's too much of that, and it's all a difficult mess in this world, to me sounds like an opinion that could be re-evaluated, because it's only true to an extent. I'm not saying it's untrue. I'm saying it's true to a certain extent, and it's untrue to another extent. There are more. The truth is broader and bigger than that. There are plenty of people, very, very helpful, compassionate people in this world. In general, I think, but that's a generalization that I'm making that might be untrue, I don't know. But for me, it seems to be true. Generally, people are supporting each other. People want to help. People want to be supportive. People want to be of service. People want a better world, and they know that helping others will make a better world. So generally, in my opinion, people are helping others most of the time. And that's not to say that, there are sometimes people who are not helping others, and they're just seeing or looking at their own, trying to get their own. And sometimes people are not sharing, and I've done that. Probably still doing that at times, really just seeing my own good and just wanting something for myself. But what I've learned is that's always a reaction, that's what we call a trauma response. It's when I'm in that state, then I cannot really breathe, and I already know, well, this is a trauma response. This is not really me. This is not what I really want. So I want to let go of that response and open back up. I want to be of service. I want to be helpful, and others want that too. And we can help each other become that. And I think hypnosis is a great means of learning to do that, unfolding our capacity to be helpful, to be compassionate, and to be of service. And I certainly have a lot to learn and a lot to unfold. But it feels good to, when it happens, to be exploring that. And so I invite you to explore that with me. I'll be part of this. And I'm sure you're doing it in your own way. And if hypnosis is in some way helpful to you as well, then yeah, I'm glad to be a companion of yours. Self-hypnosis to me has been majorly helpful, and hypnosis, learning about hypnosis and teaching hypnosis, and also doing sessions with others, with groups, as well as one-on-one sessions, proved to me that hypnosis is just very, very helpful and valuable and supportive in this idea. So that's what I wanted to say. So maybe the question could be altered to, well, what can we do? And maybe another question is, who is it that's judging, or that's having this perspective of, or that's having this opinion about the world? That's me in some way, or you in some way. And getting to know you, that would be awesome, I think. My perspective, getting to know me, and then also getting to know each other, I think, is invaluable. So thank you for listening and watching this, and I hope to see you somewhere, somehow soon.